Why Children of the Corn movies don't work, according to Stephen King. There are a lot of good to great Stephen King movies. And then there's the Children of the Corn series. Somehow, King's short story, Children of the Corn, originally published in a 1977 issue of Penthouse and added to his 1978 short story collection, Night Shift, has popped off a horde of sequels, and not one but two remakes. As of this writing, there are 11 Children of the Corn movies. How in the hell did this happen? Well, for one thing, the first film, released in 1984, was a big hit, primarily because it was made rather cheaply, and that then became the name of the game. Make quick, cheap sequels, and dump them on home video. Only the first two movies, Children of the Corn and Children of the Corn Who, The Final Sacrifice, went to theaters. In King's original short story, a feuding married couple, Bert and Vicky, are on a road trip to California when they end up in the small Nebraska town of Gatlin. The couple quickly finds out that all the adults in town are dead, and the entire place is overrun with children who worship He Who Walks Behind the Rows, an evil deity who lives in the cornfields. This is more or less the plot used for the first movie, although King's story ends on a rather bleak note. Bert and Vicky both die, rippy, while in the film the couple makes it out alive. As for the sequels, well, they go off in their own directions, and while they maintain the cult of corn-worshipping kids, they have almost nothing to do with King's original story, although I imagine he still gets a check every time they make one of these things. So, are the Children of the Corn movies any good? No, not really. One weekend, I teamed up with one of my friends to sit through a marathon of all of the Children of the Corn movies. This friend and I got a kick out of watching crappy movies, and we figured it would be fun to watch the series and have a laugh. Boy, were we wrong. The sequels are so uniformly lousy that it's almost impossible to enjoy watching them, even on a so bad it's good level. By the time we finished the films, we both felt utterly exhausted and miserable, regretting that we ever decided to do this. That said, I do think the first film, directed by Fritz Kiersch and starring Peter Horton and Linda Hamilton, has its charms. It's certainly not the best Stephen King movie, but it does possess a creepy atmosphere that helps elevate things. King himself has voiced displeasure with the film over the years, although in the book, Stephen King goes to the movies. The master of horror does seem a little more magnanimous about the entire affair. The movie version is a kind of avatar of 70s horror movies. Even the spilled blood looks ready to snort coke and disco at the drop of a Bee Gees tune, King writes. But all con, it's not bad. To me, it had a Wicker Man-ish feel, the first Wicker Man, the good one, and Linda Hamilton, who would go on to Terminator glory, certainly gave it her all.